Welcome back to the Roy Works channel. I gotta apologize for my my voice. I have laryngitis, so bear with me if the my talking is a little hoarse. But in this video, we have finally got to the point where we've got rid of all the non-essential stuff. We've cleaned up all the trash. We've cleared all the stuff out of the house that doesn't need to be there. We took down all the blinds and all the different things around the windows, just all the stuff that doesn't need to be there. So now we get to the point that we get to start building, fixing, and start to tighten this house right up. We have a lot of spots where there's been neglect on the outside of the house. There's spots on the trim that's actually rotted off that we have to actually fix that. You can see we're trying to make it nice and tight so the critters don't get into the house and make nests. We found a few nests inside the house. And at this point now, we want to actually tighten it up so no water or weather gets into the house over the winter, because we're fastly approaching winter. So we know one spot that we really have issues. Right up on the roof in that area, we have a lot of bad shingles. And what I think happened is there used to be a chimney that went up through that spot. And I think during the early 90s or mid to early 90s, they probably repaired that roof. And there was a time when they were making really bad shingles and they weren't lasting at all. Because you notice the rest of the roof looks halfway decent. It'll at least last a couple more years. Shane eventually wants to do a standing seam roof along that roof line, and most likely on that roof too. But in the meantime, we noticed when we were taking out some of the non-essential walls that we have a hole actually in that roof that's actually leaking a small amount of water. We just recently got a ton of water and we noticed that leak coming through. So what we're gonna do today is actually repair that roof. We're gonna set up the staging and make it nice and safe and get up there and fix that roof. So as you can see here, this is the squared out area where the old chimney went up through. And when we got here, this was actually a boxed out area that came into the room. And Shane wanted to get rid of it just because it came into the room and took up a lot of room that was non-essential. So he recently removed that and exposed the repair in the ceiling, which the repair don't look bad as far as the wood and everything, but you can see right here, you can see daylight coming through. So we're gonna repair that. You can also see where Shane extended a vent that was just brought up so far, and we extended it up into the attic so we can tie into that later. But we're gonna do that when we get all the permits we need to actually start doing the plumbing and doing the heating work. So that's what the roof looks like at close range. It's in real bad shape. So the easy thing, I have experience getting up on roofs, setting up roof brackets and stuff like that. So it would be easy for me to jump up there and do it. But Shane, for some reason, seeing that this is his house, wants to do it himself.
Yeah.
Which he doesn't have a lot of experience on roofs, but he's gonna give it a shot. We have roof brackets set up. We have it nice and safe. Probably one way we can make it safer, well,
is to not do it.
It's to not do it. It's to hire somebody else to do it. But we're on a nice flat roof too, so it isn't like we're, hanging precariously over a high, area. So he's gonna give it a shot. So now that looks way better than if I tried to do it. So what he's gonna do now is he's gonna remove those old shingles He's gonna start at the top and actually start removing the shingles one by one. Jane, how is it up there?
Sketchy.
Sketchy. All right, I'm gonna. All right, so I'll bring you guys back once we get this all stripped off. The metal you want to keep, you know, just so you know. All right, now that we have this stripped off, Shane got that all cleaned up. Usually I would put a layer of ice and water shield or something over that. But this is going to be a temporary repair, and we don't have that on hand, and we're not going to buy a $100 roll of ice and water shield for this small repair. But we are going to use blackjack with it, and we're going to seal it up nice and tight. And I'm not too worried about it because it is high up on the roof, and we're not really worrying about ice damming here. So now what we're going to do is start shingling that. So these shingles aren't the exact shingles to match the shingles that are here. We actually ended up just grabbing what we could actually get because of the supply chain issues. These are actually designed, I think, for the cap the top. But like I said before, this is a temporary roof repair. He is gonna repair the rest, replace the roof at some point. This is just gonna buy us some time. How's it going, Shane?
It's going good. This is going to be the replacement roof shingles next to the old ones.
Yeah.
And the only difference really is that there's a little bit of a gap in the center.
Yeah, but that staggers the joints anyway, right? So,
right. And it's in the back side of the house. No one will see it.
Yeah.
And I won't look at it too much.
All right.
I'll try not to.
Shane's going to use this product called Blackjack. It's basically a roof sealant. And why we're going to use this is typically these have an adhesive. They have an adhesive band that goes across here, but the roof has to heat up quite a bit for that to bond all the shingles together. And I've seen roofs that it doesn't bond, and once you get a windstorm, they blow the shingles right off. So what he's going to do is put a strip of this sealant on there. So hopefully that's going to be able to stick it together. So because we're getting so close to winter, we're supposed to actually get snow tomorrow. That's kind of the big reason we're doing this today. This might be the last chance during this winter to be able to do this, and so it's really not going to have a chance to heat up enough for that adhesive that's on the shingle to activate. So we're going to just put this on, and I think overnight it should harden up enough to stick that all together. Shane, how's that nail pouch treating you?
Getting in my way.
Do you know Grammy bought me that when I was 13 years old?
Is that why it's falling apart?
Yeah. It's been a lot of work. All right, Shane, well, that worked out pretty well. It's not really a perfect match by any means, but it definitely will do the trick. It should seal this up pretty well. Looks good, Shane.
Not scared at all.
Shane, could you call 911 to get me off this roof? So Shane, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
I mean, it's not the perfect color, but definitely a lot better than it was.
Yeah, at least it's not leaking anymore.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. In the next video, we're going to look into how we're going to turn this closet into a boiler room. We're gonna put a boiler with 4 zones and a water heater zone in this small closet. All right, guys, I'll see you next time.